Hey everyone, my name is Lex, and today I'm here to do a book haul. I absolutely love it. I was supposed to be on a book buying ban, but I got spoiled by my mom and my stepdad. Thank you guys so much. They sent me uh, a gift and told me to get whatever I wanted, so I did. I have 7 books in this book haul, so it's not a very big one, but I think it'll be better in quality than in quantity. So here's for the thumbnail. It's made good, possibly. Yes, I don't know. It's actually not too heavy. It's really good though. Really good book haul. So let's just jump right into it. The first book that I got, I've already read, but I absolutely love this series, if you guys hadn't noticed, and I'm so happy that I got it, and it is a trilogy, and the first book is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. If you haven't heard of this series, you need to go pick it up right now. So what this series is about is a girl named Alina, and she learns that she basically is defending herself at one point, and she finds out that she has magic. And this is a world loosely based off of Russian mythology. In this world, you have normal people, and then you've got Grisha. The Grisha are people who can control certain things, some elements. There are also people like in Avatar, Last Airbender, you've got like heartrenders, which are bloodbenders essentially, and they can control your heart and the heart speed. And you've got healers. You have people who can control. They're called You have heartrenders, healers, squallers, inferni, tidemakers, dearths, and alchemy. And she gives you a lovely list in the first book of what whoever is. And then you've got the Darkling, who can control darkness. And then Alina finds out she can control light. And apparently that is very, very rare. She's terrified when she finds out because she thinks that they're just going to kill her because she didn't know anything about it, and nobody else in the current world knows anything about anybody ever being able to control light. In this world, you have a beautiful map, and it's actually not hard to follow. You've got Ravka. Ravka is the world that it's placed in, and then you get over here, and then you've got the True Sea, which is normal sea, Alta, and then you've got, sorry, that's not Alta, that's Oscarable, sorry, and then you've got the Fold. The Fold, I'll try to get closer there. You can see the monsters and everything inside of it. So the monsters, the Fold is basically a negative space. It has nothing in it. It's pure darkness, but if you shine light, like normal light, onto it, it's nothingness. So everything, like the colors of the sands and everything, are all gray. Everything's darkened. And then there's monsters inside of them, which are terrifying. So Alina finds out that she has magical powers, and she gets taken by the Darkling, the leader of the Grisha and the second army to the king, and he takes her to the school of the Grisha to learn how to use her powers. Now, that sounds very Harry Potter-ish. It is not, trust me. It's not anything like Harry Potter. So please pick this one up. It is such a fantastic read. There's a reason that it has such good ratings on Goodreads. Absolutely fantastic read. Absolutely fantastic book. Pick it up. So, obviously, my second book in my book haul is going to be the second book in the series, and that is Siege and Storm, also by Leigh Bardugo, obviously. And this one picks up right after Shadow and Bone. I can't really give you a synopsis because there are spoilers in the synopsis of this book that lead to the first book. I can tell you that this is so far my favorite book in the series. I have not finished the third book, so that may change, but I am currently reading it right now. You get some new characters and fantastic people in here. This one becomes a little bit of a touch of Liza Lamora with maybe Firefly from Joss Whedon, Serenity, if you guys haven't seen the show. And one of the main characters in this series I really feel is kind of like a mix between Finnick from Hunger Games, Lamora from Liza Lamora, and Mal from Firefly and Serenity. So I really, really love this book. There's a lot of action in this one, and it is a little bit slower, but it really picks up in the end, and I absolutely loved it. So I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, so I went ahead and picked up this one. And then obviously my third book in my book haul is going to be the third book in the series, and that is Ruin and Rising. And I personally do not like the collector's edition cover for this one. Actually rushed to get this whole series before they changed the cover of Shadow and Bone to a purple cover. I personally like the gray. I think it says Shadow and Bone, the description, very well with the gray cover, and I just like how all of these look together as they originally were given to the US. So Ruin and Rising is the third book in this series. I can't really give you a synopsis because there's spoilers in this one from the second book, so really just pick up the series. It's so good. So I absolutely love this cover. I think it's gorgeous. Some people prefer the collector's edition that's available through Barnes & Noble, where the letters are all gold and the Phoenix is pure gold. I personally, the gold lettering was cool, but it didn't match the other two books very well, in my opinion, because the second book, you've got the white letters, and then in the first book, you've got the black letters. And black, white, and then gold letters didn't really seem very, I don't know, it didn't really work for me. And I didn't like the pure gold Phoenix. I think the touch of gold with the silver is much more Lena, and I love the flames on this book. As you probably can't tell on camera, but if you turn the book as you're looking at it, the flames actually kind of pronounce, and they're shinier than the rest of the book. And the books all have a wonderful texture to them. Like, you can feel the lettering and the Phoenix and all of the details on the front covers. Without the sleeves, these ones are not that pretty. They just have a little castle from the front of the book to the front of the book. The first book didn't have anything on it, and the second book also had the castle, and then the third book had the castle. So there really wasn't a whole lot of a big difference between the actual without the jacket. So they could have done something, but it doesn't hurt it because the quality of this book is fantastic. So pick up this one if you can, and the series all together. I'm so happy that I have this series now. I'm just so excited that I actually own this series, and I have to return all of the library editions that I got. The library didn't have the third book, which was so sad. Okay, so then my fourth book in this book haul is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. And I love the back of this book. It says, "You wake up with no memory of the last few days. Your friends were killed in an accident that you miraculously survived. Your family has to move to another state to escape the fallout. You meet a mysterious boy who seems to know more about your past than you do. You start seeing things that can't possibly be there. You are afraid of losing your mind. Can you keep it together? Mara Dyer is about to find out." So this one is apparently supposed to be fantastic. I have not read this one yet. I actually was reading off of Ginger Reed's Lady. Not reading, watching Ginger Reed's Lady. I'll link her video down below. She gave this a fantastic review, and I believe either her or another booktuber, I can't really remember, said that reading it was kind of like losing your mind and gaining it back. And I'm really intrigued about that because I really loved Oblivion by Sasha Dawn. It's way up there. I would showcase it. But Oblivion by Sasha Dawn, she has graphomania, and so that's like another mental disorder. And then this one, she's like losing her mind. So I'm really intrigued to read this. I can't wait. I've heard such good things about this one in the second book, The Evolution of Mara Dyer. So I can't wait. I cannot. Okay. So the fifth book that I got is another book that I saw on Ginger Reed's Lady, and she raves about this book so much, so I had to get it. I had to, and that is Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. I'm actually really I like how this book feels. It's kind of floppy, and I know that some people over in the British lands don't like floppy books, but us in America actually love the floppy. I think it feels cool, and it feels like more, I don't know, absorbable, I guess. So, I really like this. So, if you open up the very front cover, it says, Arya pushed herself to her knees, gritting her teeth as the piercing shriek that erupted into her ears. She couldn't see. She swiped her eyes to clear the murkiness, her legs quaking as she rose to her feet. Framed against a roaring blaze, she saw a stranger step into the clearing. He was shirtless, but there was no mistaking him for Bane or Echo. He was a real savage. The outsider's torso was almost as dark as his leather pants, his hair a blonde Medusa snarl, tattoos coiled around his arms. He had the reflective eyes of an animal. They were bear eyes, both. The long knife at his side flashed with the firelight as he came forward. So that gives you a little snippet of Veronica Rossi's writing. I don't really know a whole lot of a synopsis on it, but the back of it says, in a world of danger, an unlikely alliance, breathtaking adventure, and unforgettable romance. And Ginger Reed's Lady, she raves about this series so much, so I had to pick it up. And thank you for that. So many people are saying such fantastic things about this book, so with further ado, what I got was Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. So on the back of this one, what it says is treacherous betrayals, secret alliances, unforeseen murders, and forbidden love. The world of Mythica, or Mythica? I think it's Mythica because it's Mytica. Correct me if I'm wrong. Will hold you captive. Urano's privileged Princess Cleo is forced to confront violence for the first time in her life when a shocking murder sets her kingdom on a path to collapse. Limeros. The king's son, Magnus, must plan each footstep with shrewd, sharp guile if he is to earn his powerful father's trust, while his sister, Lucia, discovers a terrifying secret about her heritage that will change everything. Pelagia. Rebellious Jonas lashed out against the forces of oppression that have kept his country cruelly impoverished, and finds himself the leader of a people's revolution centuries in the making. Witches, if found, are put to death, and watchers, immortal beings who take the shape of hawks to visit the human world, have been almost entirely forgotten. A vicious power struggle quickly escalates to war, and four young people collide against one another, and the rise of Elementia, the magic that can topple kingdoms and crown a ruler in the same day. On the back it says, perfect for fans of Game of Thrones, which I totally am. And it says, from an opening dripping with blood, magic, betrayal, through complex interweaving plots detailing treachery, deceit, and forbidden love, this novel is the first in a projected series that will immediately engage readers and keep them intrigued. And then there's also Rebel Spring is the second book to this one, and then Gathering Darkness, I think, just came out. I think. Because I want to say I saw it. I think I did see it. But I got the paperback because I actually liked how small it was, and this is not a small book. It's actually kind of big, and it's floppy. I love floppy books. But this one is already, as paperback, is kind of large, and pretty good. Here's your general size paperback. And then here's my hardback of this. See, it's already kind of big, so excited to read this one. And then the last one that I got is Throne of Glass. I think I saw this one on Ginger Reads Lainey as well. And on the back it says, two men love her, the whole land fears her, only she can save them all. In a world without magic, an assassin is summoned to a castle. She comes not to kill the vicious king who rules from his throne of glass, but to win her freedom. If she defeats 23 killers, thieves, and warriors in a competition, she will be released from prison to serve as the king's champion. Her name is Selena Sardonthian. The crown prince will provoke her, the captain of the guard will protect her, and a princess from faraway land will befriend her. But something evil dwells in the castle, and it's there to kill. When her competitors start dying one by one, Selenia fights for freedom, becomes a fight for survival, and a desperate quest to root out the evil before it destroys the world. Selenia is a truly remarkable heroine who doesn't sacrifice the grit that makes her real in order to do what's right in the end. I've heard wonderful things about this book, and the second book is already out, Crown of Midnight. Yes. And I don't know if there's another one. I'm sure there is. Sure. But I've heard of lovely, lovely things about this. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. You can see that. So I'm so excited about this whole book haul because I feel like my world is just going to have wonderful things in it and wonderful things to come. I can't get all of those in there. Let's bring you guys closer so you can see all of them. There we go. So, all of my books from this book haul, and I'm so excited about every single one of them. And yeah, so I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day, week, weekend, holiday, whatever it is. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!